The following is a live broadcast of a Lone Star community radio program, recorded and broadcasted live on irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and facebook.com/irlonestar. For more information on this show, please visit our show page at irlonestar.com/shows. To sponsor or donate to this program, visit our donate page at irlonestar.com/donate, or email us at lscrstudios@gmail.com, or give us a call at 936-666-1084. Lone Star Community Radio production and broadcast is possible by folks like you. So sponsor and donate today.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Taste Toast of the Town right off the bat. Sorry, with Christy and Mel.
Oh, welcome back. It is so good to be back.
I know, it's awesome.
It is. It has been a very interesting quarantine time, and it is so great to be back here in the studio and to be bringing Toast of the Town to you guys.
And we missed it. We're so glad to be back with you.
I know.
Hey, guys.
And it's like family reunions all over the place. Like, I can't stop hugging people. It's just,
You're not
Have y'all
supposed to
lost
be
anybody?
hugging. Have we what?
Lost anybody?
No.
Like they haven't come out of their house.
Oh.
They forgot what civilization was
There's
like.
a couple.
there are a couple that have turned into hermits, but other than that, you know. And
but they were kind of hermits anyway.
That's true. But things are starting to kind of come back to normal.
I
And you know, one of the things that I noticed today, you know, there's during this period of closure, obviously there's been so many things happen and so many different changes and everything. But it's so great now that we're, you know, because we're in stage 2 of reopening or whatever, that there are some great, not only businesses that we love that are reopening, but some great new businesses that are opening. And
That's
so
pretty cool.
it's a great time to be hopeful and be
cool.
excited about what's going on around here. So
I know, and we've got lots of things going on. We've got,
Yes.
I don't know where we are with events and where that's going to fall into place and everything,
Right.
but it will eventually. So everybody keep
it's coming in, and we've got some events that we're going to be discussing today. And as things, you know, get a little bit more comfortable for everyone, there will be more events coming back on the calendar. And I know that I'm excited. It's going to be great to get back to the busy life that I have grown so accustomed to over the last 20 years that I haven't known what to do with myself for the past 3 months.
So I do have to tell you, though, that I did kind of enjoy part of it. I know I wasn't supposed to be enjoying life, but I kind of did.
I did too. Do you know how many great Netflix series I was able to binge? All these like shows that people have been talking about for years.
And you just shake your head and smile and go, that was a great series.
And we've gone through everything from, you know, the Tiger King to Outer Banks, which I just finished. If you haven't watched it, it's great. But some, you know, crazy stuff that's been going on while we were all trying to entertain ourselves.
My new thing is Sweet Magnolia.
Sweet Magnolia is great. I've already watched the whole thing though.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I know. I watched it in like 2 days. But
You've been really busy.
I
haven't
know,
you?
but you know, it's quarantine. Obviously, was a whole screaming new concept for all of us whenever it started, and now we're back. And you know, we wanted to come back today, and we were gonna book a guest, and then we decided that we probably just had so many words that needed to find their way out of our mouths that it would probably be best that it just
Such
be
a
us
nice
today.
way to say.
I know.
We got lots to say, peeps.
Lots to say. I know. So, but everything's good. Life is good. Life is getting better. I know there are a lot of people that have been struggling, not only with the health concerns and family health concerns and financial issues and everything that's been going on. This has been a tough time for everyone in at least one shape or form. And we're still praying for you guys, and we're all still here to support each other. But it is nice to start seeing a little bit of an uptick in life and joy and happiness. And
I had an actual appointment yesterday with a client, and it was so fun.
In person and everything.
In person.
I know.
it was exciting.
I know. And I can't help it. You know, we're from the South. We hug around here. And it's funny because, you know, it's like you approach cautiously,
You look
cautiously
both ways.
optimistic. And you're like, okay, is this person a hugger? Are we an elbow
elbow
tapper? Are we
tapper.
fist bumper? But more people are just saying, bring it in for a hug. I think we've all been so devoid of that interaction and it's so nice to have.
Well,
it
and
back.
you and I are huggers anyway. So
I know.
It's kinda,
I know, but yeah, there's some cool things going on. So
what do we got coming up?
well, we've got coming up, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, on the 4th, which is Thursday, Do-Si Do is officially reopening, and they have local boy Tyler McCullum playing live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. It's nice to see live music coming back, although I will tell you that one of my most favorite things about quarantine has been the amazing social media live music
online
concerts. I'm going to really miss that if those go away, but hopefully they'll be kind of a combination of, of both the bubblies getting to me already. And then coming up on Saturday, we're starting to see a resurgence of events coming back for the weekend. Josh Greider is going to be at Do-Si Do at 6:30 on Saturday. The Wine Rendezvous Grand Tasting and Chef Showdown. It's part of Wine and Food Week that was largely canceled, but they're trying to bring back some aspects of it. It's part of Wine and Food Week. It's going to be at the Woodlands Waterway Marriott. It's a chef demonstration. You got food, you got wine. It's $125 a person. They do still have some tickets available, so if you go to wineandfoodweek.com, you can get those tickets there. That's going to be fun. Also, small businesses have really taken a big hit during this time.
Yes.
And the D&M True Value Hardware store in downtown Willis, it's been there for ever. They're having a customer appreciation party going on from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They've got door prizes and specials and all kinds of stuff.
And that's what day?
That is on Saturday, so you can swing by. Also, Lone Star First Saturday in downtown Montgomery is Saturday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's farmers market, local artisans, all kinds of good stuff. You can get out while the weather is still good and get out and enjoy some local fairs and all that good stuff. And then going into next week, Lone Star Groundwater District is having their regular board meeting. They are now opening back up. It's not just Zoom. You see the chamber events, they're doing Zoom and in person. Everybody's starting to get back to reconnecting, which is really cool. Also, what I think is so awesome is tomorrow night, is going to be the grand opening of Land Shark, which is the restaurant at Margaritaville. Is going to be opening up to the public. The hotel won't be open until the 26th or so. But so exciting to see Margaritaville come into fruition.
I know.
Perfect timing for that to come out.
And they're ahead of schedule. So
I know.
So the quarantine's been good for
I
them.
know.
It's
And
kinda
good for
worked out.
us. It's going to work out great. And then I saw another Facebook post today that Black Walnut out at Galaxy FBO out at the airport is officially reopened. They have adjusted their hours. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, I believe, from like 8 to 3. So you can come in for breakfast, brunch, and lunch. But so glad to see them opening back up because it's one of my favorite places. And it's just, like I said, it's just nice. Things are slowly kind of starting to get back into a normal groove.
I know, it's exciting.
I know. It is really exciting.
I sat down with a calendar trying to kind of scope things out for the future and then moving into fall, and I thought, the way things are going, I think I'm just going to go with the next 2 months.
That's kind of, we're doing it quarterly. That's kind of what I'm focusing on right now. But we've talked about a little bit about quarantine. Obviously, it's a big topic of conversation, or it was, a couple days ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Things have changed. But for 3 months, that was a big topic of conversation.
I saw one of the best memes I saw was, what? It's what was it? It was it wasn't an ugly word, but it was like it's now it's hurricane season. I still have my COVID decorations up.
I know, that's right, and it's true. And with everything going on in the world, so we're going to be talking about some of the hottest topics here as it starts to rain here in beautiful downtown Conroe.
Yeah.
My day started with someone sending me a beautiful picture of an incredible rainbow. And it was a good reminder that things are picking up and that there are rainbows after the storm. And so maybe we'll get another glimpse at a rainbow here in a little bit because it's just showering and the sun's still out. So maybe it's the day of rainbows today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all in for rainbows.
I know. So quarantine, COVID-19. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. We try so hard to be politically astute. I don't know if correct is a good word for us, but astute, and not offend too many people. There's so much of it that I believe on all sides.
Yes.
Do I think it's a political stunt? Yeah. Do I think it's real? Yeah. Do I think it's that there are people that need to worry about their health and contracting the disease and so forth? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's
Do
like
I think some of us are overworried? Yeah.
well, it's like that great saying, there's three sides to every story. There's his side, her side, and the truth. And that's kind of the same situation. I think
Yeah.
there's different aspects of the fear, of the reality, the physical threat. I think all of those elements are real, but you've got to assemble kind of your own truth from doing your own investigation, just like voting for a candidate.
Sure.
And but there's definitely been lots of information out there. Some seems smart, some does not seem smart.
Some are funny.
Yes, some are really funny and entertaining. And one of the numbers that I've seen, and I know, our Office of Emergency Management has done a really great job of keeping everybody abreast of the numbers.
He gets a big head.
I know.
You gotta
but our
watch
great
him.
friend, the director, Jason Millsaps over there, doing a really great job of keeping the information flowing from the get-go.
Yes, he has done a great job of that.
And Commissioner Nowak has also been doing the same thing, has been putting out great graphics and letting us know what's
Yes,
going
he
on.
has.
So,
Several times a day. He's
Yeah,
awesome.
so,
He really
in the period between May 30th and June 1st, which is 3 days, Memorial Day weekend, we only had 12 positive cases reported here in Montgomery County. And one of the great trends that we're seeing is this decrease, especially after the fear when Governor Abbott came out and said, hey, we got to start reopening because our economy depends on it. And you had other states in the union that were, oh no, Texas is going to burn and it's going to be bad. And we're proving them all wrong because that's what
Yes.
Texans do. But to see this trend of people getting healthy, staying healthy, being respectful of others, taking the necessary measures to be safe so that our economy can recover and we can all personally recover, it's a big deal.
It is. It is. One of the things that I think that everybody has forgotten that they talked about early on was what the heat and humidity will do to the virus.
Yes.
So I think we're going to come into a really good period. I think we've got a few months. Well, in Texas, we've got till December 1st.
Maybe into January.
Yeah, exactly. And anyway, we've got some time to run through some good experience and make good history.
Yeah. Well, and I think that there's been some conflicting stories. Heat helps or kill it. Humidity kills it or it doesn't. Or, then I heard that if you go to the beach, the saltwater air is good because the weight of the moisture in the air makes it heavier, so it's harder. I think everybody has a bazillion theories, but I know that I've been to different places. I've been to the beach. I've been eating and dining in public. I've been to some musical events. I've been out and about. I've been to the grocery store. And
Are you a mom?
And I've been going to doctors' offices.
Yes.
And you're kind of starting to see everybody being, cautious and respectful. But everybody, I believe, is starting to realize that, that maybe the fear is not quite as imminent as we all feared it was to begin with.
Right.
But it is nice to see everybody getting their confidence back and getting out and about. I mean, just look at the number of cars.
I know.
Excuse me, that are out
full.
here.
The parking lot is full.
I
Dick,
know.
what'd you do? Did you park fake cars out there?
No, I said you guys are going back on the air.
Oh, yeah.
And, we've got Sweet Texas
you.
Treasures across the street is open, another great small business boutique if you want to get out and do some great shopping. They are open. I know a lot of these stores, both small and large scale, are having some incredible deals right now.
The business next door is
Main Street?
Main Street.
Yes, and they've got some great
Oh my
stuff.
gosh, they've got some cute things. I was looking
know.
around in there. Thank you for having the studio full because it forced me to shop.
And
It's great.
well, and Father's Day's coming up. They're a
I
great
know.
place to stop in to do some great shopping and find some good deals and find some unique gifts right here in downtown Conroe. And there's lots of great things. The landscape has changed some. I know that there have been some businesses that we've lost, but there have been some that have stepped up. And
Did you hear what's opening back here in the alleyway?
what is that? An alleyway business seems right up my alley.
I know. Wait till you hear what it is.
Oh goodness,
It's a beer garden.
as it should be.
Exactly.
As it should be.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to have to definitely find out
I
some more
know.
information
Can
on
we can we do remotely from the beer garden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
that. We make things happen.
Win-win.
We'll be able to toast
Yes,
to the beer
yes.
garden. So
To the beer garden.
downtown Conroe has not gone completely stagnant. Everything's moving and shaking.
gosh.
Of course, city elections were postponed due to the COVID threat
Oh yes.
and delayed. So those will be coming back. We have a runoff coming up in July for some
County
elections.
and state. I guess
In
it's
state, yes. And so there's, but life is continuing on.
It is. And everybody said that it would come back. And everybody said it would be wonderful. And I think I never really got tense about any of that. And I had friends who did. And I would just like, talk to them and go, yeah, it'll be fine.
It's
And then
gonna be
hang
fine.
up.
I know. Well, and there've been, so many stories, both good and positive. I could tell y'all my very bad, negative, sad story with the stimulus checks and unemployment and the increase in unemployment and all these things. And it's been a mess. And God bless, Will Metcalf's office and Brandon Creighton's office and all of our local elected officials who've been working their tail ends off to try to get us, not to take care of their constituents, but also get businesses rolling again. But we've got our county leadership stepping forward and putting forth a proposition to actually take some of those.
Nowak.
I know, and putting
He's awesome.
and giving the money that the county received for COVID relief, and giving it back to the taxpayers since the dollars were ours to begin with, and talking about doing $500.
I'm kind
It's
of
amazing.
flabbergasted by that.
And not only homeowners, but also renters. Because there are a lot of folks that mortgage companies were coming forward and saying, "Hey, we'll give you a 90-day grace period on your mortgage payments and everything." But there were so many people in rental situations that weren't getting that same relief.
And when you think about that story, you can't really blame the landlords.
No, of course not.
Because they're running
Of course
businesses and they've got to keep the maintenance up and the taxes up and all that goes.
And
with
they're
that.
still paying their mortgage payments and trying to.
Absolutely.
But what a great eye-opening experience to see our elected conservative leadership actually acting in the interest of the taxpayers and taking these money allotments that we've received and saying, "Hey, this was y'all's money to begin with, and we want to give it back to you." I really want to commend Commissioner Nowak for that idea, and for County Judge Keogh and all of the commissioners on the court for supporting that same thought and being willing to inject that money back into our local economies.
We've got a good group right now.
We have a great group. We really do. I know Commissioner Charlie Riley was on with J.J. Hawley, the CEO of the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce this morning.
I
and
didn't hear that, but
I didn't get to hear it
happening.
because I had a meeting. But we're seeing the elected officials taking a definite interest not only in our welfare but also in our financial welfare and our economy.
Keeping us posted on what's going on.
And keeping us posted and staying aggressive and staying smart. We've seen a lot of bad decision making and wasteful spending going on in other areas around us, the south of us, in Harris County. But to see our guys really staying true to their original message and their platforms that they ran for office and the messaging that they put out, it's just great.
Warm fuzzies.
It is warm fuzzies, and that's why I'm so hopeful about what's to come. That we're also, I saw the other day somebody was like, "So did COVID disappear with the protest?" Because it seems to be back burner news. So we're going to come back and we're going to talk about some of the new news. That's in the air, because obviously there are a lot of things going on and some things happening. Like I said, welcome to May 2020. You've successfully reached the 5th level of Jumanji. Enter hurricane season.
Okay,
It's
June.
June. I know. I can't even keep it straight. It's pitiful. But welcome to the 6th level of Jumanji.
There you go.
Where hurricane season starts, and we are active.
We are.
We are active. So we're going to come back and talk about that. Just know, too, that Mel and I are so excited to be here and to be back. We're going to continue bringing you the best and toasting the best of Montgomery County. We've got some great guests that we're going to be bringing to you and some great events we're going to be highlighting. And I think more than ever right now, we need to be staying and focusing on the positive and looking on the bright side of things. And so we're blessed enough to be able to bring it to you.
We are.
Yes.
We are. So we are going to
A brief commercial
step
break.
out for a brief
Commercial break as we refill our glasses.
Right, and tell us where we can hear ourselves.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long. So you
I
can
know.
tune into.
I called it the taste of the town again. I know how long it's been.
We're going to refresh our memories and our glasses, and we'll be back. In the meantime, if you're walking out, make sure you're tuning in to us live on Facebook and watch us on irlonestar.com, and we will be right back.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
From the beginning, the main purpose of the Cooperative Extension Service has been to change human behavior by teaching people how to apply the results of scientific research. By utilizing a holistic, multi-level approach, Extension family and community health programs encourage health and well-being for everyone. Addressing values, concerns, and needs with reliable science-based information, Extension programs help people lead healthier lives. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
A Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show, with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Second Saturday Divorce Workshop provides unbiased information to help you understand your options and move forward with your life. This divorce workshop is for you if you are contemplating divorce, in the process of divorce, already filed for divorce, or post-divorce. You will explore the emotional, legal, and financial aspects of divorce from professionals who have guided others through divorce. For more information on this divorce workshop, contact SecondSaturdayWoodlands.com or call 832-375-0900.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app for your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That is Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Welcome back, everybody, to Toast of the Town with Christy and Mel. We are here on a beautiful Hump Day Wednesday.
Yes.
During the Hump Day hour.
I know.
And it is fabulous.
This is the hump hour.
The Hump Hour. Yes, it is.
Afternoon delight. No,
My Stop.
I know. You know what? Somebody told me today, I had a meeting this morning, and I warned them that I was kind of obnoxiously perky. And he goes, hey, maybe you should limit yourself to 2 cups of coffee today, or 2 cups of coffee a day. And I was like, I haven't even finished my second cup yet. I'm just really excited.
My sister sent me a picture of herself today, and her hair's all poofed up and fixed up. And she said, it's Hump Day.
It's perfect. Hey, you know what? I just got an email about another event that I want to let everybody know about, because I know so many people that have lost their jobs here recently. Workforce Solutions is having a virtual job fair tomorrow on the 4th. If you go to WRKsolutions.com, you can check out their website and you can get signed up for a reminder for that. But if you're looking for employment, that's a good source. It's Texas Workforce Commission. They have lots and lots of job openings that are listed there. But if you want something a little bit more targeted, want to be able to post your resume, definitely go check that out. Just Google Texas Workforce Solutions and they'll hook you up. So just wanted to let everybody know that.
Well, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
It's a vital thing. You know, I was caught up in the whole COVID employment crisis situation, and
I know.
And feeling very, 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 very blessed. And I already knew that I was, there were a lot of people that were suffering more than I was. But so anyway, if you have any other job resources, or if you're hiring, if you have a position that's open, let us know. We want to share it out with our network and let everybody know, because we only hang with the best of the best.
It's absolutely.
And
we
so
hang with each other.
That's
so,
right.
yeah.
So we want to be sure that we can help everybody out, facilitate these great relationships.
Absolutely.
'Cause that's what we do, is relationships. We're in the relationship business.
I know. We should change our tagline.
We should, in the relationship business. Not Match.com.
I'll have to think about that.
Not Match.com. Anyway, so we touched a little bit about, the state, the county, the city, everybody starting to open back up a little bit. Obviously, COVID-19 isn't the largest headline that we're watching, hearing, and reading about every day.
Unfortunately, it's kind of moved to number 2 or maybe number 3 behind that little weather thing that's going on.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the next segment of the show. But especially over the last couple of days, as we've seen protests riots, memorials going on
Right.
for George Floyd, who
Right.
was a gentleman in Minneapolis who was the victim of a murder. Just put it like it is.
Yeah.
And there are lots of people on all sides of this, and it's not both sides. There are not two sides of the story.
No, there's like 5.
Oh, at least. But it's a poignant topic that
It is.
is very alive and well. Across the country, people are talking about it, and this gentleman who was a victim of a murder by a man who also happened to be a police officer.
Very good.
And I think it's important to be able to separate those two things.
I agree.
Because, when people look at me, they see, wife and a mother. They may not see a marketer. They're not going to, if I go and I'm speeding down the road, they're not going to say, oh, well, you're, a PR person, you're getting a ticket. They're going to say, hey, you're a woman that's getting a ticket. And that's how we need to really start viewing this as they're flawed humans in every occupation, in every part of the country, in every part of the world.
Absolutely.
And obviously, one of the saddest parts is once again seeing our men and women, first responders, that are being targeted and being hurt and being categorized as the same type of human as this man was. So, to me, it's really real, hits home. My brother is a retired officer.
And we have all kinds of officers through our
We do.
office holder
Yes.
list of clients
And just
friends.
And to see some of the things that they're having to deal with, and it wasn't that long ago whenever we were dealing with the murders of the officers in Dallas, and whenever we had Officer Goforth that was murdered here in our area, that people are seeing an occupation and assuming that there is a type of individual that occupies that uniform, and it's just not true. And profiling of any sort goes both ways. Some people may think that I'm not fun because I'm brunette and I'm not blonde, but we all know that is horrifically wrong. And so it's time that we stop judging people on just those immediate profiles. And and I think that that's a topic that's really hot on hand right now. Is and that's what I think the biggest debate. I think most people know that this wonderful gentleman, for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, was brutally harmed.
Yes.
And caused his death.
Tortured.
But that doesn't mean that every officer is bad, and it's time for people to start seeing the bigger picture in that.
Likewise, that gives no excuse to act crazy if when you were not even upset about the incident in the first place.
Well, and there's a difference between the city of Conroe.
Please march. Please tell us what you
Yes,
think.
the
Please,
protests that were here
Right.
and seeing officers arm in arm with protesters that were
Absolutely.
making a statement. Hey,
Absolutely.
you know what?
Bring
That is
it.
our First
Bring it.
Amendment right.
Bring it.
Absolutely. That is part of what makes our country and our community so amazingly special. But burning stuff down and putting graffiti on ambulances and police cars and historical monuments and buildings, it is so frustrating that people are taking this frustration, that's legitimate frustration
Yes,
in a
absolutely.
lot of cases, and channeling it into stupidity instead of making a difference.
Yep, absolutely. It's and it's a lot to sort out.
It is.
It is.
And a lot of emotions,
Yes,
high
absolutely,
emotions.
absolutely. And it's difficult if you have not dealt with that issue in your life.
Discrimination of any sort.
And that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Okay, it's difficult to talk about with somebody who has been discriminated against.
Right. Right.
It's difficult to sort out, to know what to say.
Yep.
You want to hear, you want to help, you want to work, but it's difficult.
Because
it's a
people
difficult
care.
conversation.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I think the biggest thing that I think the people that are being successful in conveying those emotions is obviously a sense of empathy. Look, I may not know exactly what it's like to be in your shoes, but I can try to imagine, and I know it's not right.
I'm taking them off. You want them?
But in having a sense of understanding of humanity in general, and just understanding that what destroying each other isn't going to lift anyone up.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not. Anyway, I think Montgomery County has done a fine job.
I think
not
that's- I think
Montgomery
so, too.
County. The citizens have done a fine job of
And law enforcement as well, because they've, one of the conversations I heard this morning was specifically talking about the officers in Dallas that were killed, and saying that a lot of those officers that were gunned down were active citizens in their community.
Community
They were
police.
community leaders, and they
Community
knew
policing.
people, and people knew
Right.
them, and they were doing everything right. And that's where that profiling, that channeling comes in, because we're all very, very different, and that's like saying that one person of a specific, ethnicity or culture is automatically going to have certain qualities or certain leanings, and that's not right either. And we see that every day. When you look at some of these, media outlets that come through and they start channeling, or the former vice president that says, if you don't vote for me, you're not
You're right.
ethnic enough,
Right.
or however he put it, that I thought was just
Rude.
grossly rude and ignorant.
Yes.
But to put people in those particular categories just because of one trait that they happen to have, what in the world are people thinking?
Right. So what if, and I mean, and a lot of this is media hype, okay?
Of course.
So what if you
Because everybody was turning COVID off because everybody was done.
exactly. But what if people judged you based on one or two qualities? The color of your hair, the color of your skin, or what you drove.
Or what you
or
drove.
how many kids you had,
Yes.
or what kids you had.
Or what type of
what-
relationship you
exactly,
have. Or,
exactly.
Yeah. Or what job you have.
Yeah.
And the thing is none of us can be pigeonholed like that. And I think that that's a topic that is very real. I think most of the population agrees that that's not fair to any of us. But the media always finds that, those one little points that they can go through there and light it up. And then before you know it, people are attracted to it. And it's a real shame, because I know and you know that we're better than this.
So what do we take from that?
Well, I think the conversation has to continue, but I think what we've got to do is it has to be structured conversation with the right people. And whenever you have some national leaders that are coming out and making stupid statements, that certainly doesn't help. And I'm talking both sides of the aisle.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
none of us are perfect, and none of us have all the right words all the time, but it's got to be open and it's got to be honest. And
Right.
people, if we've learned nothing else through this COVID-19 scare, it is our sense of community and our sense of humanity.
Right.
And if we don't get that back, we lost it in such a very short period of time. If we don't grab it back, then why? Why have we just gone through what we went through?
Right. It's kind of a good, cool little test if you think about it. Not cool, but I mean, it's a great place to show what we've learned.
Well, and it's, we're here with this, we come through this quarantine period and we're like, okay, fresh start for the economy. Oil is coming back. Businesses are opening up. New businesses are opening up. People are going back to work. People are appreciating their families more because they were able to spend time together. You look at the bonds that have been rebuilt or just established to begin with, and parents that spent more time with their kids, and parents that appreciate teachers more, and you look at all of these positive aspects that came through this pandemic that we all had to go through together. There was no picking and choosing. We all had to go through it in some way, shape, or form together. And so we come out and we have these lessons, and then wham, one person that is blown up through the media has been given the power to take some of that away from us. And I think that this is a huge life lesson that we need to take our rhetoric back, we need to take our thoughts back, and we need to remember who we are as
Right.
humans
Agreed.
and community members.
Agreed. And there have been a million things that have been said, but one of the big problems is that the guy was arrested. There were 3 others. They have not yet been arrested, but people remember that this takes time, that they've got to work
And
through
they're
it.
trying
It's
to
got
do
to
it
be done
right.
correctly.
Yes.
If it's not done correctly, they get off.
Well, and not only that, but it's an example, if I was the one
Sure.
that was being accused of a crime. Now, obviously, this situation, there's video evidence there, but they want to get the stories right because they want to do it right. And sometimes doing it right takes time.
Sure. Agreed.
Rushing in can really make everything collapse. And I think as a nation, it's very important that everything is done correctly and by the letter of the law, because we still live in a country where you were innocent until proven guilty, no matter what video evidence says. Now the coroner has come out and they've established the cause of death. So, okay, we know. But just to rush into a thought, we see it all the time. We see, kids, adults, caught in a video or recorded and things are taken out of context and twisted, and this whole new truth or pseudo-truth develops that has really no standing and no reality. Gossip comes in and changes people's perspective on things or changes their attitudes about people before the truth ever comes out. And that never does any of us any good, whether it's in a legal setting or not. So doing it correctly, doing it by the book, doing it the right way is always
So
always
when
in
has
the best
gossip
interest.
ever done us any good at all? About anything?
No kidding. I've seen it destroy lives, relationships, jobs, companies, all kinds of things. And yes, there's video evidence, but sometimes you don't see it.
Yeah, you don't
see everything.
And there's a lot to be said for that.
So, and I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying the guy's innocent. I'm not, so before y'all start blowing us up on Facebook, it's just, we got to keep our perspectives right and keep
Absolutely.
our eye on the truth. And that's what we got to do.
Absolutely. Okay, so why don't we take another little break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about something even more interesting.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you for tuning in to Toast of the Town with Christy and Mel. We are here on Lone Star Community Radio. You can find us on rrlonestar.com, or you can visit us on our Moxie Innovative Facebook page and watch us and listen to us live there. You can also listen to us on 106.5 and 104.1. I just got that wrong. 104.5 and 106.1 on your FM dial if you're here in the Conroe area. Anyway, come on back. We will see you shortly.
What can the Better Living for Texans program do for you? You can learn how to increase your consumption of fruits and vegetables, choose foods that are relatively inexpensive and good to eat, make your food dollars last longer, prepare quick, nutritious meals, help your children learn how to eat healthier snacks, and much more. Our program is committed to helping people like you improve your health through providing research-based nutrition education in a friendly, cost-free, and relaxed environment. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Is there someone you know who is hooked on vintage aircraft? Follow the Commemorative Air Force and its fleet of World War II planes, including the mighty B-17 Flying Fortress Texas Raiders, which is based in Conroe, Texas. Texas Raiders tours locally and all around the United States, offering the public a chance to put their hands on aviation history. What could be a more perfect gift than a flight on a historic B-17? Taking to the sky on the iconic bomber is an experience that will never be forgotten. For the touring schedule, reservations, or more information, go to b17texasraiders.org or call 855-FLY-A-B-17.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
Welcome back everybody, to Toast of the Town with Christy and Mel.
Toast of the Town.
Toast of the Town. This is Mel and
Christy, it's so
yes,
good to be back.
And we have some really exciting news.
Yes, we did. We had a friend come visit.
We did.
I know.
And she's here. She's
Miss
still
Lindsay
here. She stayed.
Kasperzak. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Kasperzak.
Hello.
Well,
How are
not
you?
to confuse her with Lone Star Local
Guide. Yes.
Got it.
Great online publication.
It
and
is.
And a great
I got
way.
my notice and I've read it. I'm so excited.
Great way for small businesses to get back in the swing of things.
Absolutely.
Get their business jiving.
Absolutely.
How are you doing, Miss Lindsay?
I am fantastic.
Good. What have y'all been up to other than working out and making the rest of us look like lazy slobs?
Well, I mean, lately it's all we've been able to do,
Yeah.
but stuff is opening up.
It is.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So excited about that.
I know. So, as your cupcake lady, is she still doing her undercover running out to the sidewalk, which is like one of the greatest videos of all time, by the way?
You know, it was funny because, during all of this, a lot of my customers were starting to freak out, like most small businesses.
Of course.
And so I got with some of them that were asking me, like, what can I do? And so I got with Miss Scratch by Sarah.
Yes.
And she's like, what if we did like a, covert ops type of, delivery to your
Perfect.
vehicle? And I'm like, oh yeah, we can have fun with this.
Yes.
So we did the little commercial,
Yep.
got even my daughter involved because,
Awesome.
school wasn't happening.
Well, that and your and Sarah's videos that y'all have put out.
Precious.
She is such
She
a
is
card.
hilarious. If she's not a star someday, I don't know what.
She already is. What are you talking about?
You never know what's going to come out of her mouth. You really don't. And
Well, have
so
you met her
it's-
parents? I just want to.
I don't know.
know.
I don't know. That's weird. But it's funny because
Her mother's hilarious and her daddy's really dry.
yes.
And also hilarious.
And
Just don't ask
just-
about the Constitution unless you're comfortable.
Yeah. Get comfy. Get a drink. Go ahead and grab a drink.
Grab a
Go and grab the bottle. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yes, there's no telling what's going to come out of her mouth.
Yeah. So, and I'm getting with a local TV, Facebook Live company, and because he wants to get more into local events and all that. So our first episode, he asked for her to come on with me.
That's awesome.
And so she went through my closet and picked out one of my, little dresses, and she's like, "This is my weather lady outfit." And I'm gonna do the weather.
Can't wait. I cannot wait.
Oh yeah,
kid.
it's gonna be
This kid's awesome.
interesting for sure.
Yeah. It's like Conroe's Got Talent.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, she would host it.
Yeah.
She would manage it.
And she would
be
star
on
in it.
Yeah.
She would
She would-
compete.
yeah,
she would judge.
She would.
She would give the award to herself at the end of the production.
Yes.
Because I'm the best.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, no shame.
Yeah.
No shame.
No shame in her game.
But there's something so non-arrogant about it.
Well, she's
and
just
maybe
so
because
genuine
she's a child,
and innocent.
But they're so true. It's like, but I was the best.
Yeah. Well, and that was like whenever she was campaigning for her dad. She was very genuine, but she knew no fear.
Oh yeah. No.
And
She's
it's so great.
I mean, she will tell you exactly
Well, you
what she
vote for
thinks.
my dad, and then she says, because.
Hey, Mel, you got to practice. There's a microphone in front of you.
Okay, because I had my head turned. Sorry. Because, and then she would give
still
me a
have your
list
head
of,
turned.
Sorry. She would give you a list of reasons. Stop it.
She knew. Like she had like it.
I know.
Laid
I
out.
know. Okay, can I move the mic
Yes.
over here?
I move mine constantly.
Okay, there we go. No, Dick says no. I can't. Oh, okay, I can. Good. I'm good.
Hey guys, welcome to the reboot of Toast the Town with Christy and Mel. We have a lot of relearning to do, so just bear with us a little bit.
Okay.
We never
so-
expect perfection around here.
No, but when Lindsay shows up,
You never know what's
breaks
gonna.
loose.
You never know what's gonna happen. It's a party.
It is.
It's the Tres Presidentes just
Yes.
come back, making a resurgence.
Telling you.
We,
I know.
we may have to put her on as a Moxie chick. I don't know. We just, I don't know if you want that responsibility, but
That title.
yeah.
I mean, there's a crown that comes with it, but
Yeah,
also
yeah.
instead of sashes, we just have labels.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry, that was hilarious.
I'm telling you, I'm with it today.
No sash, no sash. Just, we do have crowns. We do have crowns.
Yeah.
No
of course.
sashes, just
Well,
labels.
it's like the new Snapchat filter with the prom king and queen, but
Yes.
I Filter was made for me. What are you
I
talking
know,
about?
but I don't really need the filter because I just travel with one in the back of the car.
It's just in your purse.
Somebody asked me the other day, they said, "Do you really have a collection?" I said, "Well, I really do, but not intentionally, just because over the last 30 years, people have given me tiaras. They just think it's so funny that I say things like that. And I have a collection of them. So if Sarah ever needs a tiara, well, if you ever need a tiara, you have a few of your own, don't you?"
She's got the collection.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
As every princess should.
yeah, exactly.
Yes. So, so talking about small businesses, and we love Scratch by Sarah. I've had unbelievable cupcakes. I mean, ridiculously good. But I know you're helping out a lot of other small businesses here in the area.
Yeah. It's funny, when this COVID started, I was like everybody, like starting to freak out.
Of course.
But you keep this positive reinforcement. You promote people, like even if they pay for it or not. I was promoting everybody
Right.
I could just to get their name out there to help.
Well, it's a great, and honestly,
Yes.
there were some great opportunities to actually get people out there with such a very targeted audience.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I put out this positive energy and
Oh, that's
You? Positive energy? No.
what? It's always rainbows and butterflies.
I know, isn't it always?
Unicorns and little warm puppies.
Yes, it is. That's my Instagram feed.
And here we go, right here.
Rainbows, unicorns, and puppies.
Warm puppies.
But yeah, so since then, I've had people contacting me because everybody wants, now that everything's opening up, they want to get their name out there.
'Cause
They
they're
want
open.
people to know that,
Sure.
yes,
Their
we're
doors are
open.
open.
Right.
Like, we're open for business.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we're gonna work on channeling that positive energy because we really need an energy force right now to keep a friend from visiting in the Gulf. Mm-hmm. That would be Tropical Depression number 3, or as soon to be known, Hurricane Cristobal.
You sound. That's awesome.
that's a fancy accent.
Yeah. So because here we are, 6th level of Jumanji.
Yeah.
Bringing the hurricane.
Right.
So, and I don't know about y'all, but I was a bit surprised because we had kind of a mild, not like I was outside a tremendous amount when we were in quarantine, but we had kind of a mild
Sure.
spring. It hasn't been like crazy hot. I wasn't
It was
expecting us to start.
It was
gorgeous.
cool 2 days ago.
And now, but I guess because we never had a really super cold winter, so the oceans never cooled down all the way. But now here we are.
Okay, that would be meteorological lesson number 6 from Krista.
But it's Cristobal.
Or as we say it here in Conroe, crystal ball.
Crystal ball.
Cristobal.
Cristobal's coming.
You sounded like people we know.
I know. I was trying to act sophisticated.
I'm sorry.
Golly, I was holding my pinky out and everything. But here we've got
Joke.
businesses once again that are and nobody's freaking out. I think
Right.
we're all freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's over
I
it.
agreed.
Agreed. It's like
nothing shocks us anymore. Nothing.
Hurricane, bring it.
Yeah.
Especially here in
Bring
Texas,
it.
we're like,
Right.
whatever. I'll go stand by the street sign, and if it blows me horizontal, then okay, okay, whatever.
And if not,
And it's like the great comedian said, it's not, if the wind blows, it's what the wind blows. Good old Ron White. But here we are facing another 2020 phenomenon of crazy proportions. And we're just getting started. But for small businesses, that can be, equally scary, especially when so many are just starting to recover.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also think it's given a good, I'm sorry, I interrupted, but I also think it's given a good opportunity for other new businesses to come along. And you've kind of seen some of that.
Well, and I
haven't you?
think people are adapting and they're realizing that, look, if I want my business to succeed, I've got to adapt. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot. I see that with some small businesses. They don't want to change how they do things.
Because that's comfort level.
It is. It's a comfort level, and nobody likes to be out of their comfort zone. But if you want to grow your business, you've got to think
roll with the
outside
flow.
the box.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to bring to my customers, like even during this whole COVID thing and the funny commercial that we did with Sarah. And before they shut down everything, I went to me and Bobby own a gym.
Yeah.
I was showing how we were keeping distance
Yeah.
and keeping it clean, and even my float center down in the Woodlands, like she was wiping down everything. Like we did like a live video where we walked through her business and she was showing everybody how she's adapting to this.
Right.
And that's what you have to do. You have to be able to be flexible and adaptive
right.
to things
And be
that come your way.
innovative. Well, and I was talking with a resident today, and they were talking about, the recent storms that we had, and out in Montgomery and Willis areas, some of them lost power for a really long time, and they were like, well, I've got an appointment with a guy about doing a home generator, a backup generator. And I'm like, this is when home generator sales should be booming.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
their time.
absolutely.
So for every season, there is a solution. And right now, there are businesses that, like you look at all the people that were, out of work that decided, hey, I've got a sewing machine. I'm going to capitalize on making masks.
Right.
And you see this great innovation
Absolutely.
of business and the way that we react as humans and as Texans, as capitalists and entrepreneurs, and people, okay, well, we're going to roll with the flow. And that's really what it takes to be able to survive these things.
We're stripping gears on this stuff, on solutions. Man, we're switching from one solution to another pretty quickly,
Yeah.
But I'm pretty impressed, actually.
I am too. I think it really is. It shows, I think, our character as a group. Not to pigeonhole us all as Texans, because we're not all, entrepreneurs, and we're not all whatever.
We're
but
all, it's okay. We're all.
but
we're all Montgomery
but being
County
able
people.
to
It's okay.
adapt and being able to and to, I think the biggest statement on that is understanding the importance of the economy and what it means to not only us as consumers but also to our families, as far as being able to move forward and care for our families. That we have to evolve and we gotta be willing to change.
And I think in this area too, we're in probably the whole state, but we're genuine, we're industrious, and we go for the win.
I know.
Always going for the win.
And we've got the wineries that are putting space
yep,
between
yep.
chairs. They're saying, "Hey, come get drunk with us." And what about
From a distance.
But what about the great distilleries? We had Bartlett's here locally that stepped up and changed their production from making alcohol to hand sanitizer
hand
and spray.
sanitizer,
And it's
right.
hey, let's roll with it. Not that alcohol sales were down
Right.
during quarantine.
Right.
I mean, like right now, if I'm like a rehab facility, I'm putting my advertising out there. But I think it really says to the character of who we are as Americans, as Texans, and being willing to adapt and change and
agree.
move forward.
I agree.
And to come visit friends at the radio studio whenever it's unexpected. So we can have a party.
Exciting. It's
I
so
know.
exciting. Listen, we have a couple of people that are tuning in today from far away. Far away. We have one up in Kansas. His name is Kurt Jones, and he's
Hi,
listening
Kurt.
to us.
Hello.
Hey, Kurt, we're glad to have you.
And Jen Johnson. Hi, Jen.
And Jen oh no, she's so sweet.
She is so sweet.
Sweet, you know Jen.
You've met her.
You met her the same night I did.
All right.
And then Jim Schilling out in Abilene area, and then Cynthia, my
Shuttle.
sister, Shuttle down in Beaumont area.
Cynthia,
So-
my sister, Shuttle.
well, I have to say that she's kind of dangerous. I just want everybody to know she's got my back.
That's always good.
It is.
It's always good to have an enforcer.
Oh my gosh, that was a funny night.
One of many.
We should write a book, sister.
No.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we
There-
should.
We would have to
We'd have
change
changed so many names.
It'd be way too good. Nope. That's, oh yeah. Nope.
No, can't do that. No, can't do that one. Can't do that one.
But so, if for those of us that have had the quarantine 19 that they have gained while in quarantine, what is the name of y'all's gym so they can like come out and practice safe distancing and get back in shape?
Okay, well, I mean, obviously, my husband, and he can't just name anything normal.
No, of
Y'all
course
need
not.
to know Bobby Kasperzak. I'm
So,
telling you.
Our
You need to
gym
know it.
is Unum Sumus Cross Training and Fitness.
Which means
Unum Sumus is from the Bible, means we are one with the Lord. So,
see,
I love it.
I love it too.
I
It's
love it.
awesome.
Well, we have to wrap up. Our director over there is
my
telling
gosh.
us to just
How many words did we have that came and poured out of our mouths today?
I don't know.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
And we've got way more
I
that are
know.
just itching,
I know.
to come out.
Okay,
So
so-
if you're looking to advertise your small local business, make sure you look into Lone Star Local Guide. You can find them on their website at,
LoneStarLocalGuide.com.
golly, that's so complicated.
I know.
And if you want to find out about unum sumus. We're going to put the link on the comment section of our show today. If you have an event or a business, or if you have a job opening that you want to share, make sure you reach out to us. Go to the Moxie Innovative Facebook page. You can reach out to both me and Mel there. And make sure that you're setting your reminder for every Wednesday at noon when we bring you the absolute best of Montgomery County with Toast of the
Absolutely.
Town with Christy and Mel. We're so excited to be back.
We are.
So many great things in the works. We can't wait to connect with you. So let us know how we can help you in your small business. Until then, make it a great week.
Today's show was recorded and broadcasted live on irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and all rights and ownership are reserved to Lone Star Community Radio. For more information regarding this program and Lone Star Community Radio, visit us online at irlonestar.com. Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, serving the community with local programming on TV, radio, and online. If you enjoyed today's program, please support us by sponsorship or starting your own show. Contact us today by phone or text at 936-666-1084 or email the station at lscrstudios@gmail.com.